Dude, my hands are wrecked. This is brutal. I can't do this anymore. Bring him back. We need him back.
What does he think? We're stupid? And the people online that are trying to pretend that we are the ones betraying Trump for holding him accountable to his promises that he made to us when we voted for him, when we encouraged other people to vote for him. You're pretending that we're the ones that are problematic? This level of gaslighting that's taking place, you got Laura Loomer out there saying, screenshot every tweet that's against Donald Trump. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. You better start capturing Donald Trump's tweets that are going out right now because they seem pretty against Donald Trump's ideas of yesteryear. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, liberals, guess what? I'm in Florida, and if one of your dumbass protests ends up in the road and tries to stop me from going somewhere, the law lets me plow right through you.
Wow, I didn't realize that aggressively lonely and deeply untalented got a new mascot. Hey, buddy, so you're gonna want to not drive into a group full of protesters, because that is still very much highly illegal in Florida. Now, I don't know what kind of Mad Max shit you thought you guys had going out there, but no, you can't just run over someone because they're in your way. The law in Florida allows you to flee a violent riot in your car if your life is in danger, but simply impeding traffic peacefully is not considered a violent riot. Not in Florida, not anywhere, actually. Thankfully, there are 0 out of 50 states where you can legally run over people who you think are annoying. And Bubba, you would have to convince a court that you thought your life was in danger. And after seeing this video, none of them would believe you. So Bubba, I suggest that you stay home, relax, hang out with your dog, like you usually do. And you guys can fire up Fox News and bark at the screen together. Just stay out of trouble. All right, Bubs? All right, good luck, man.
Just because I'm a conservative, Trump-supporting Latina doesn't mean I'm hateful. Doesn't mean I'm brainwashed. It means I woke up, and I never looked back. And now that this post ended up on Hispanic TikTok, y'all just proved everything I said in real time. No one attacks Hispanics harder than Hispanics. Y'all don't argue for facts. You go straight to name-calling, lying, insulting, dragging people for clicks. When all you're doing is helping me, but okay. And guess what? I'm still not moved because I don't rely on fake emotional outbursts. I rely on the truth. And the truth is, President Donald J. Trump has done more for this country, women, children, and legal immigrants. And I guarantee you it is more than anyone you're defending right now. Let's be real, this restaurant wasn't even my business. I posted because right is right and wrong is wrong. But I'll tell you why I voted for him. The economy, which is already showing signs of healing now that he's back in the picture. If you don't believe me, Google is free. Women's rights, because closing the border protects real women and real children from trafficking, violence, and missing person cases. Over 300,000 missing children under Biden. Let that sink in. Women's sports, because women should not get hurt competing against biological men. And I'm pro-life. Life matters. Period. And no, I don't rely on the federal government to take care of me. I take care of my family. That's what conservative Americans believe, and that's what Trump supports. The left wants you dependent. Conservatives want you independent. Y'all keep screaming that people are being kidnapped. But when someone's removed, that's because somewhere along the line, they did not follow the process. Period. Law and order exists for a reason. We fingerprint you, we document you, because this is a country, not chaos. The saddest part is that Hispanics are being lied to, and when the truth is right in front of their face, they just don't care. I've accepted that already, but the rest of us, we're wide awake, and I will never apologize for putting my family, my values, and my country first. So if you're a proud conservative, back me up in the comments, because the louder they get, the more unbothered I become.
Hey guys, how you all doing? Welcome back again to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. Guys, the first clip of this video makes me so laugh so much. Oh my goodness, like the Magas are currently finding out. They are in their finding out era. Oh my god, why are you guys calling out on the deportees? This was one of the major reasons why a lot of you guys actually voted for Trump. So why are you saying that the immigrants should come back so that they can come and work for you guys? Bro, like you guys just have to do that work. You just have to do it diligently, because the immigrants have been doing it for so long and they are not complaining. Even when they are tired of working, they do not complain. So why are you calling them to come back? Like, seriously? Anyway, that is by the way. So guys, welcome back again to my channel, and thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So let's watch the remaining clip of this video and let me know what to think about them in the comment section.
Trump is mentioned 64 times in the Epstein files. In his many court cases, he has pleaded the fifth 97 times. He has 34 felony conviction criminal charges, 26 sexual assault allegations, 6 bankruptcies, 5 draft deferments, 4 indictments, 2 impeachments, 2 convicted companies, 1 fake university that was shut down, 1 charity that was shut down for fraud, and a $25 million fraud settlement. But yeah, sure, lecture me on how no one else is above the law. Because the way this country works is if you're rich, you can do whatever the fuck you want and the laws don't apply to you. There's always a loophole. Rich people are above the law. We're in an oligarchy. They make the laws to benefit them. It's not hard.
My dad is the crazy raging Trumper of our family, but my mom has been silently participatory in it, and that has been more painful and damaging for me. I haven't talked to either of them since the night before the inauguration. For anyone who didn't watch that previous video all the way through, my dad, who is a World War II history buff, would not admit the Roman salutes were Roman salutes. I told him he needs to really step out of his bubble and take a look at things, and he said, "You think you're better than me? You think you're better than me?" Which, like, I don't know what do you even say to that? Like, that's the way it works. Like, you want your kids to be better than you. So yes, somehow my brother and I ended up the way we are. My mom has always claimed to be apolitical, even though socially she's probably even more bigoted than my dad. My mom didn't need to be indoctrinated by Fox News to become a racist, bigoted, misogynistic pick-me. She just hides it really well, which is why she is more damaging to me than my dad. And this has a huge overlap with the conversation about emotionally immature parents and that sort of thing, because a lot of people will talk about having like overtly abusive, angry, whatever parents. Like, my dad definitely falls into that category, not physically, but definitely emotionally, verbally abusive, for sure, 100%. But the way my mom abuses her kids is by manipulating them. It's by taking on behaviors that make it look like she's a loving parent. But if you do what she perceives as a slight, she will flip out. The night before the inauguration, I told my dad I cannot associate with fascist sympathizers and apologists. And I meant that. I 100% meant that. Like, that's actually, the fact that you cannot see that this is what it is actually makes this decision very easy for me, because you are so far gone that I don't have to question whether not ever talking to you again is the right decision. Sidebar, when I said that I can't associate, he said, "Great, now you made your mother cry, good job. So just so you know what we're dealing with here." 3 days later, like nothing ever happened, my mom texted our group chat with me, my fiance, my dad, my mom, and my brother, and was like, "Hey, we're gonna be in town for whatever doctor appointment. Do you want to all get lunch?" And all I said was, "I do not associate with fascist sympathizers." Which, by the way, was she crying when she heard that the first time, or did she not cry? You're just saying that to make me feel bad, or was she, and now she's just pretending like it never happened? All of these things are like probably the truth. Anyway, because I said that, she like flipped out in this group chat with all of my most loved ones. "All the things we've done for you, this is too far, blah, 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 blah." Mom, you voted for him. You've claimed to be apolitical. You've listened on the phone while I've like basically cried to you that if we ever wanted to have a kid living in South Carolina, like, I could fucking die. And she's like, "Oh, I had never thought about it that way." Like, and you claim to be apolitical, but these things, like, you hear the sadness, the fear in your children, both me and my brother, and it doesn't register to you. It registers when you feel like your kids are being taken away from you, though. And your idea of bringing your kids back into you is to insult me and embarrass me in this group chat. So this overlap of toxic politics and families falling apart, I feel like they were probably toxic even without the political infiltration a lot of times. The things that made the family members toxic are what makes them drawn towards MAGA. It's so much more peaceful not having to deal with any of that.
We all knew Florida and Governor DeSantis are batcrap crazy, but green lighting vehicular homicide is a whole nother level. The governor of Florida just said it's okay to run over protesters with your car. These are local publications from the state where the governor is quoted as saying, "You can stand your ground against protesters with your car if you feel like you need to get to safety." I have never read anything more reckless in my life. Florida man, that term exists for a reason. The heat down there makes people crazy. And someone could take this as, oh, I don't know, permission to be like, oh, those people in that park over there, they're endangering my whatever. I'm just going to ram through them with my truck. If you were going to be out and about, say Saturday in Florida, please be careful. Look out for each other. Be aware of your surroundings. And I really don't have any other words, but what the actual...
What in the fuck am I going to do with a Trump phone? I don't need another phone bill. We didn't get a stimulus. We didn't get a DOGE check. We didn't get no debt relief. No help for rent. No help for your mortgage. No help for groceries. They won't raise our wages. They won't lower prices. We're fucking drowning in debt, but guess what we get? We get a Donald Trump phone. A fucking phone, gold-plated with Trump's picture on the back of it. I voted for him. Do I want a fucking Trump phone? No! I want some goddamn relief. No food stamps, no help with childcare, no clean water in Flint, no cheap utilities, but a gold-plated, freedom-fueled, white, red, and broke Android with unlimited patriotism for $47.45 a fucking month. Can't call your doctor, can't afford your medications, but don't worry, you can call your landlord and tell him you still can't pay the rent money with your Trump phone. This is what America's come to. No solutions, no support, just a $47.45 phone bill, phone plan. What is this? Is this a marketing plan? Are we saving the country, or is this all about marketing? They gave up on helping us, but hey, at least the phone comes with a flag so you can show your patriotism, I guess. I don't fucking know anymore.
Oh, we don't need any more immigrants. Okay, well, let me explain it this way to you. When I was in high school, my school was thinking about doing a co-op with another nearby small school for baseball. That means that really small school, which, by the way, had like 14 kids per class, would come to our school to play baseball and have practice and stuff like that with our team together. Now, the school board eventually decided not to do it because that could mean that a kid from our town might get less or no playing time behind a kid from another town. They'd still have the same opportunity to compete, but the kids from the other town didn't even have an opportunity to play. At the time, I could care less because I didn't play baseball, but would it have made my high school's team any better? I don't know. Would one of the kids from our town maybe have to sit behind a kid from another town? Probably. But I can tell you what I know for an absolute fact. They wouldn't have been any worse, and they were a pretty solid team to begin with, so who knows what could have happened. But I tell you that story to say this. Competition breeds success. And I think about that story often when I hear people say dumb shit like, oh, we don't need any more immigrants. We are a fucking nation of immigrants. If you are not Native American, your family came here from somewhere else. And this country has accomplished great things and become the most powerful country on the planet in almost every industry because of immigrants. I feel like I'm in a fucking Twilight Zone somewhere, because when I was young, it seemed like we read in the history books that we wanted people to come here. We used to be proud to be called the land of opportunity and the melting pot of the world. And now somehow we've made these people who are trying to come here to chase a better life for themselves and their families out to be the fucking villains. I'm not saying that the people who come here to make these egregious and heinous acts of crime shouldn't be punished to the fullest extent of the law, okay? But if you can sit there on your fucking cell phone and watch the same fucking videos I watch of fathers and wives and children of people who are trying to come here the right fucking ways, get ripped from their families, arrested, and thrown into fucking armored vehicles, and you don't at the very fucking least think to yourself, we could probably do this a better way, then you are truly lost. And I 100% wholeheartedly, without a shadow of a fucking doubt, believe that you are standing on the wrong side of history in this bitch. And at the end, I feel truly fucking sorry for you.
Anybody who is advocating for war with Iran who did not serve in Iraq and Afghanistan should be ignored, because they somehow avoided military service during the longest period of military conflict in the U.S. history. And they are trying to start another war with Iran based on the same lie that led us into Iraq and Afghanistan. They are saying that Iran is days away from a capable nuclear weapon, which was not true 20 years ago, it was not true 10 years ago, it wasn't true 5 years ago, and it's not true today. And anybody who is trying to get us involved in a war in Iran based on a lie, who did not serve in Iraq and Afghanistan, is a coward. Fox News commentators, people like Charlie Kirk, Jesse Waters, all of the Trump children, people who would avoid military service at any cost, who are advocating for war, should be ignored because they think that they can send other people into harm's way, other people's children's in harm's way, without avoiding military service on their own. If they are advocating for war with Iran without actually having to face the consequences of what war looks like, ignore them. Because now we are seeing 20 years after our war on terror in Iraq and Afghanistan, veterans are having their benefits taken away from them. The promises that we were given to fight in Iraq and Afghanistan were lies. And so if you are advocating for war with Iran and you did not serve in Iraq and Afghanistan, you need to sit down and let the people who actually served in 2 different wars in the last 20 years based on a lie, because we are about to start another armed conflict with a country based on a lie. So we need to listen to our veterans of Iraq and Afghanistan who have seen the consequences of war firsthand, instead of listening to war hawks and absolute cowards like Charlie Kirk, Jesse Waters, people who are trying to send you to war but would never go a day in their life because they are too afraid and too much of cowards.
You know, a lot of the Magas, the moment they heard that Trump was going to deport the immigrants, boom, that was when all of them started voting for Trump, because some of them went to the extent saying that the immigrants are taking over their land, that the immigrants are taking over their jobs. So these are one of the jobs that the immigrants are taking over, which is farming. Farming, yes, and picking fruit from the farms. These are the kind of jobs. And cleaning, plumbing, yeah, whichever, like any dirty job that you can think of, that is the work that these immigrants are taking over, that actually made them to vote for Trump. So right now that Trump has deported a lot of them, they are now beginning to find out because they are unable to do the job properly. They cannot do it because they are not fit. They are not sure. Should I say that they are not strong enough for, or should I call it laziness? That is by the way. So the immigrants have been the one that have been doing all of this farming job for the Republicans. And now that Trump has deported them, now that they voted against them so that Trump can deport them, they have no one to do their jobs. Rather, they will be doing it by themselves. But they are not calling back saying that Trump should bring back the immigrants, that they should come back so that they can work for them. And they are not even saying this maybe because they love the immigrants. No, they are saying this for their own selfish motive, so that the immigrants should come and enslave to them and continue working for them, continue making money for them, so that they will have some change, some money to put in their pockets, so that they can have some dollars. But mind you, the immigrants are not coming back because Trump is not yet done with them. They are not coming back. So finding out error. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what are your thoughts. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section, and I'm just going to be right here waiting for you. Don't forget to smash on the like button. Subscribe to the channel in case you have not subscribed. Stay tuned and see you all in my next episode. Bye.